My next guest is finally going to be making his UFC debut coming up here July 31st at UFC Fight Night. It's Collin Anglin back here on the program. Collin, how's it going?
Good, James. How you doing?
Doing very well. Not as good as you though, man. Like we were getting set up for this interview. You got the nice sunshine there. I know you're saying the weather's amazing right now in Colorado. How are things going?
Yeah, it's going good. Everything's going great. Camp's going well. It's a little hot. It's like 100 degrees here, so I'm sweating, but couldn't ask for better weather.
And staying hydrated, like Dustin Poirier says, right? That's important.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
My camera's actually resting on my water jug right now.
There you go. Good stuff. You got it on standby in case you pass out here in the interview. Yeah. But you're fighting a fellow Contender Series winner. When did you find out about this fight in terms of the matchup?
Let's see. I think maybe like 3 weeks ago.
Okay, cool.
Something like that.
So lots of notice, which is good. I mean, because again, this fight's on the 31st, so you get like a full camp, which is nice. Because I would imagine if you're going to make your debut, since you've known about signing and everything else, and obviously I know you were supposed to have a fight and it got rebooked. You must be nice to get a full camp, and it's not like you're rushing right into it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I was kind of, I thought like, I was staying ready. Like I thought I was going to get a call like on a week's notice or 2 weeks notice and be like, hey, we got something for you. But, luckily, when I got that call, it was for, 2 months out or 3 months out or whatever it was. Can't really remember when I got that call, but, I remember so my coach and my manager, Jason House, they were in Vegas for, there was UFC fights that weekend. And, Thursday night, I think Thursday night, I had like 2 missed calls from both of them at like 11:30 at night. And I was like, oh no. I looked at, my wife, I looked at, Mary, and I was like, I might have to go, fight this weekend. I don't know why else did they call me, so late. So I called them and they gave me that matchup for a few months out, and I was just so happy.
Thank God I get some time. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's great. Good to hear. Now, you're supposed to make your debut back in February. Your teammate ended up taking that fight, Yusuf Salal. What was it that took you out of that fight? It was an injury, I believe?
Yeah, I was just dealing with some lingering injuries, and I just it really just wasn't a great idea for me. For my debut, I thought it was smart to, feel 100%.
Absolutely. How long, we don't have to go into detail on the injuries, but, how long did it sort of keep you out? When were you able to get back to training like full time to, how you'd like to?
I still trained as much as I could, and I trained every day. Just, I wasn't at 100%, and it was more just rehabbing and doing the stuff on the outside of training that I needed to do in order to heal up, So, I didn't really take a lot of time off, but I took it easy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. When were you able to sort of go back 100%? Like we were talking a couple months, or So
honestly, probably 3 weeks after that fight.
Okay.
Was probably when I was back 100%.
Okay, well that's good. That makes sense. Let's talk about your opponent here. I mentioned he's a fellow Contender Series winner. Not going to attempt pronouncing his name because it's a bit of a tricky one. I'll let you handle that if you want. But what do you know about him? How do you feel like you match up against him here?
Yeah, so I don't know how to say his last name, but his first name's Melsik.
Melsik, yeah, we got that covered. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good fighter. Obviously everyone I'm going to fight in the UFC is a really good fighter. You have to be in order to get there. I feel that he's a good striker. But I do feel like I'm better than him everywhere. I just don't really see where he beats me. So I love the matchup. It's great for me. It's great for my debut. and he's a tough fighter. And so am I. So I would imagine it's going to be a pretty cool fight. But yeah, honestly, I just don't see. I just don't really see anywhere he beats me.
Training camp, anything different for this camp as far as, training partners or anyone you're working with? Imagine, usual cast of characters, Yusuf Zalal, who I know just fought recently, but, maybe like Alex Hernandez, like who you getting to work with over there at Factory X?
Oh, yeah, all of them. We don't really take time off at Factory X. If you just fought, like Yusuf just fought, I mean, he's already back, he's already back in the gym. I'm training with Yusuf Zalal, Alex Hernandez, Vince Pichel. I got Jonathan Martinez is in town right now, training with me for a couple weeks. Chris Gutierrez, and then just a crazy amount of younger pros that are honestly better than my opponent. So I have unbelievable talent around me, and just great training partners every single day.
That's great. Vince Pichel, I didn't know he was training there. How long has he been in the gym working with you? Because I know he's from California originally.
Yeah, Vince has been here for I want to say like 3 months now.
Oh, really? Okay, cool.
Honestly, it might be longer. I can't
remember.
He was kind of like he was kind of in, and then he was out because I think he was just like figuring it all out, figuring out the move and all that. And so, yeah, I can't remember. I think it's probably been about 3 months though.
That's cool. So he's actually moved down there. It's not just he's doing his camps there by the sounds of it, or did he? Is he just doing his camps there?
He's sorry, let me move inside real quick.
Yeah, no worries.
My phone's getting a little hot.
Yeah, no worries.
No, yeah, he moved out here. Yep. So he's part of the team full time.
Great. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then weight cut. I assume that's going well because you got a lot of notice.
Oh, absolutely. I have a great nutritionist. I can't speak.
Yeah.
I have a great nutritionist in Mary Vance. She's out of Brighton, Michigan. So I talk with her over the phone every week, and she always keeps my weight exactly where it needs to be. And I stick to my diet even when I'm not in camp. So yeah, weight's great.
Good stuff. Your corner, I imagine Mark Montoya will be in your corner. Who else will be making the trip with you?
Cody Brundage.
Of course, got you Michigan guys got to stick together, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And he's been in my corner for pretty much every fight of my pro career. So, and he's a great coach, So So right now it's just him and Coach Mark. If I feel like I need a third corner, I'll add one. But right now, I'm cool with that.
How's this fight playing out on July 31st?
I don't know. I'm not one to make predictions.
Well, it's going to be an exciting fight. Probably some violence, maybe some blood. We'll
I think it's going to be a little bit of all that. I think when you watch me fight, it's a little bit of all that. I think you watch me fight, no matter who it is, it's violent, it's exciting, and I'm always looking for a finish, even if I don't get one. I'm always looking for it, I think it's going to be a real fun fight, a dog fight.
I imagine you want to try and get in one more this year, assuming all goes well on July 31st, just to kind of make up for lost time a little bit. Is that kind of what you're looking at?
Yeah, for sure. The layoff kind of, it was good for me. I was happy to I wanted to fight the whole time, but I was happy to work on my game, work on myself, and just improve overall as a fighter. But the layoff was I was kind of all right, itching for it. I wanted to go, especially after that big win. I kind of wanted to keep the ball rolling. So yeah, after this fight, I do hope to fight, at least one more time. I mean, I can't hope for more because who knows? The layoff that I just had proves that you don't really know how long it's going to be. So yeah, I just hope to fight one more time before the end of the year, and really, just get rolling. It feels like I've been fighting for 8 years, and it kind of just feels like my career is just starting now. I'm 0-0 in the UFC now, and that's all that matters now.
Absolutely. All right, most important question in this interview: have you been watching the NHL playoffs?
Yeah, I have been.
Sorry about the Avalanche, by the way. I really, you know what? Honestly, I think they were the better team. They just blew it. I don't know what happened. They had the lead and everything.
Yeah, I thought. I'm a Red Wing fan.
Yeah, no, I know that too. But I just, seeing that you're Colorado, I'm sure you were kind of rooting for them a little bit.
I really was pulling for him. Everyone always, jokes around like that, like, oh, Red Wings suck. I'm like, that rivalry was like 30 years ago.
I know exactly. It's a little outdated.
Yeah. But I really thought this was their year. They have all all the keys to win it all. They just, I don't know what happened.
I think, you know what it is, honestly, like just watching Vegas, because I actually like Vegas, but and there's also part of me that doesn't like them because it's like they were an expansion team and they've already been to the finals. And, it's like as a suffering Canucks fan, we've only been to the finals, twice in my lifetime, which is terrible. Right. But I think what it is when Vegas, like when they get a little bit of momentum, they just pounce and they just take over. And I don't know what it is. It's because they're so balanced as a team that they can do that. It's crazy. So it's kind of a bummer.
I mean, I wasn't like too bummed about it. I was like, oh, that would have been cool if, my first year here, Colorado wins it all and they have, parade and stuff. But, I just want good hockey. So, even though I was rooting for him, I just wanted, good hockey. Who do you think's winning it?
That's a good question. I think Vegas is going to win it. I do. I know the Islanders just beat the Lightning the other night. I think ultimately the Lightning will probably win that, although I'd love the Islanders to make the final. I think they're such a balanced team. I think Barry Trotz is one of the most underrated coaches in the NHL right now. So I'd love to see them sort of prevail and take out Tampa. And I got a bit of an issue with Tampa with the whole cap thing, right, with Kucherov. And they did kind of mess around with that a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Where they were over the cap and all that. So I kind of want to see the Islanders rewarded for the fact that they didn't do that. So there's that. But yeah, I think Vegas just top to bottom. They got, even if they had, like, let's say even if Fleury goes out, they've got Robin Lehner. Like they're good everywhere. Like there's no weakness on that team. So I just think they're the most balanced team out there. So.
I agree with you on Tampa Bay. I kind of think they found a little loophole there and exploited it.
And no one cared. It was crazy that they're like, no one's like, hey, wait a second, how come he's like coming back? This just conveniently comes back in time for the playoffs, right? So. And
he's like the leading goal scorer right now, I think, in the playoffs. Yeah. I'd like to see the Islanders make it to the finals. But I do kind of think Tampa Bay will win. I think Tampa Bay is the best team.
They are. Yeah. It's probably going to end up being Vegas and Tampa Bay if I had to guess.
Yeah.
But I like the Islanders fans. I like the run they've gone on. I like the fact that they're doing so much better than Toronto after losing John Tavares to free agency when they could have got something for him and he sort of left them. And Matt Barzal's from like where I live, so I'm always like kind of keeping an eye out for him as well because he's from British Columbia like I am. So
so you're not a Canadians fan, huh?
No, absolutely not. No, and that's a big misconception. A lot of people think just because the Canadian team's left that everyone's cheering for them. Not the case. I hate Montreal. They have Tyler Toffoli. We lost him in free agency. I would have loved to have Tyler Toffoli on the team. So no, I'm definitely rooting against them. Even though Brendan Gallagher's like from my like town where I live, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
But
that's awesome.
That's about the only thing that I have a connection to. So
yeah. Honestly, I thought like if Toronto didn't come out of that whole North Division, I was like, they're gonna get smoked. Whoever does come out is gonna get smoked when they have to play like Tampa Bay, whoever came off that
one of those bigger
east side.
teams. Well, and the circumstances as well, right? The Leafs lose Tavares, and then they just collapsed like a stack of potatoes. Like it was, there was that, and then the Winnipeg series, Scheifele, what the hell are you doing, hitting the player behind the net? And that changed the momentum because it's not like Scheifele's like a fourth liner; he's like one of their best players. So that I think the psyche of that kind of messed with them as well too. So.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was crazy. Holy crap. That was
I couldn't believe that. And then the worst part was all the NHL players saying it was like a fair play. I was like, no, it's not. Like, you can't hit someone like that. Like, he was going full tilt, so he could have got out of the way.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was clearly just like frustration, I think.
You could see it too. It was building up after they were playing that well as well.
For sure, especially in him.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I don't know. I do kind of, if Islanders don't do it, I hope Vegas wins.
Same here. That's where I sit as well. Okay, I do have one more question, and it's also not fighting related. I know Dustin Jacoby is a huge golfer on your team. Do you golf at all? I don't think I asked you that last time.
Yeah, I golf.
Have you golfed with him? Because apparently the way he talks, it's like he's very good. And I'm giving him credit here. I think it's cool to see a fighter translate into another sport as well.
So I'm not good, and I know that. So like, I don't really get mad at myself. But I love it. Like, I love golfing. Me, coach Dustin, and one of our other coaches, Caruso.
Is Mark good at golf? I have never asked him.
I mean,
he's okay. Yeah, I'll let him answer that, I guess. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he's kind of like me. I'd say he's a little bit better than me. But he's not. So like, if I went with him, I'd be like, oh yeah, coach is pretty good. Like before I went with Dustin. So, I went with Dustin.
Dustin's like another level. He's like, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I really am terrible at this game. Okay. Dustin is really good. He shoots like low to mid 70s.
Yeah, I'm definitely not there. I'm a hundreds guy for sure. So
yeah, same here. Yeah.
But I think part of it too is, I don't know if you have this as well, but like, I grew up playing hockey, so you just want to hit it as hard as you can, and you always have to get in that mentality of like, no, it's not good to hit it hard, because you got to hit it straight. That's the main thing. If you hit it straight, you're in better shape than a guy who just slices it and it goes like way off to the right, because then you're in trouble and you got to dig yourself out of the hole.
Right, like I suck at driving, so I'm always like using my like 3-iron off the tee box.
Oh, really? Okay,
yeah. Like Dustin's like, dude, pull out the driver. I'm like, I'd rather not lose a ball, Like, I just want to be safe. I want to like get to the, just get to the green. I usually get to the green in the same amount of, strokes it takes coach or whatever. Dustin's there always in like 2, but like,
he's on the green, like on the first shot.
He is really good. He's awesome. But yeah, speaking on that, playing hockey and wanting to smoke the ball, I always do. Yeah. Hardest thing about the game is like consistency.
Yeah. Big time.
Like you hit one good shot and you're like, oh yeah, awesome, I'm gonna play great from now on. And then you hit the next shot and it's like terrible. Yeah, it's tough, but it's a fun challenge.
Certainly is, and this is a fun fight coming up here July 31st. Collin, thanks for the time, man. Great catching up with you. Anyone you want to thank? Any sponsors? Any social media? I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, for sure. Just want to first and foremost thank my team, Factory X. All my teammates, my coaches, everyone that just has improved my game so much. And then some sponsors, my Wellbus, which is a CBD company out here in Colorado. They've helped me out a lot throughout this camp, and their product is actually something I really like. They have, different CBD rubs, and then Arnica, which is not CBD. But yeah, I use that stuff all the time. I love it. And then my nutritionist, Mary Vance, like I said, she's out of Brighton, Michigan. And I've been working with her long distance since I moved here. But I've worked with her for 8 years now. She's awesome. Amazing nutritionist and body sculpting coach. And then my management, Iridium Sports.